the torture genre film. You're welcome.
Yeah, it was
first movie ever rated R for scenes of torture. The MPAA was they didn't know what to make of it when they got it. They were mortified. They'd never seen anything like it. They were totally cool with people being chased, stabbed, and dying.
Yeah.
But the idea that someone was tied up, mouth sewn shut, and suffering, that just was, they couldn't handle that. I said, oh my God, what's this world come to? Anyway, but I've been trying to launch the sequel. I've had so many false starts so many times. It's been a great frustration over 20 years. And I'm very hopeful. I'm going to be directing my first movie. It's not Strangeland sequel. It's a movie called My Enemy's Enemy. And the people who produce the Halloween films are making it. And we're doing that in the spring. And I'm hoping that once I get that one out there and get back into the community, and I will be able to reintroduce Strangeland 2 and get that one finally made.
Nice, outstanding. Nice. I saw the other day, Dee, about touring is starting. Everybody's getting back out, and I wanted to know, one, are you going to get out with your current band that you did this album with and get out on tour? But I also saw that you're going to be at the Illinois State Fair with Bret Michaels and Dokken. Are you going to play any of the new stuff there, or is that pretty much going to be a hit thing?
I'm laughing because this is okay. Let's answer them sequentially. Your question. First of all, I think that we're not really going to be back to normal. It's going to be a mixed bag as to what's allowed, what's not allowed, and I need to really have. I'm spoiled. I need shoulder-to-shoulder bodies, horns in the air. I need that energy. That's where I come from, that audience. So I don't want to see an audience in a bubble, socially distant. I don't want to look at empty place because, I'll wait it out. 2022, I really think the bulk of this will be behind us, so we'll have this under control, and I will be there in 2022 for the return to rock and roll singing. You can't stop rock and roll with whole new meaning. Now, as far as the occasional show I'm doing, that show at the Illinois State Fair, I've got to, that's clearly, if I go out there and play Leave Us Scorn for the Love of Metal, I'm going to have some stunned people at the fair going, what happened to me? So, with something like that, my band will cater to it a bit, and we'll adjust the set a bit more twisted, some cool covers in there, and I'll play some new stuff because I got to educate them and bring them along. But I'm doing a live stream event on the 29th in front of 1,000 vaccinated and tested people, shoulder to shoulder, old school, no mask, the real deal. Nice. I'm so stoked. My first show in almost 2 years is happening July 29th. It will be a live stream event, and if you go to metaldepartment.tv, I'm sure if you just Google Dee-Snider live stream, it'll come up, and it's going to be. I'm so stoked. I haven't performed in over 2 years, man. And that show, by the way, if you missed it on the 29th, it will be repeating for about a month afterwards.
Excellent.
So if you want a little rock, and that's going to be a lot of new stuff, a lot of mostly new stuff. But of course, you got it's my legacy. I got to play some Twisted classics too.
Nice. You gonna play The Price, because that's like my favorite of the power ballads that came out of that era. Everybody, but you sang about
so weird,
something
man.
that's
Thank
good.
you. First of all, thank you for appreciating it. Secondly, on this. On the love of metal kind of approach, I don't do any power ballads, stuff a bit, but I will be doing it at the Illinois State Fair. But I just, I just was told this the other day, and I kind of blew my mind. Well, you guys know that on one of the tracks, I brought in George Corpse Grinder Fisher.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, the death metal singer from Cannibal Corpse. That was my idea. And I love all metal, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to sort of, there's a place for all forms of metal, and it really drives, the song's very heavy, but it really drives the point home. Time to choose. You need to make choices in this life of ours, good, evil, where you going, and George on it was amazing. But I was on, I don't want to name drop someplace else, but I was on Liquid Metal, and they told me that George did a takeover of Liquid Metal, and that plays nothing but really heavy stuff. And he played The Price.
Nice.
George Corpse Grinder Fisher played The Price on Liquid Metal, so that song is loved, and I'm really grateful that it is, and it means more to me. Honestly, that song means more to me every day, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because, most of those songs were all lovey-dovey, gushy stuff. This was about, living on the road, doing what you're doing and wondering if it's worth it, man. It's an inspiring song, and it's in.
And I tried to make it where people could see, because everybody's got a price they pay in their own lives. You know, this is I always tell people, life ain't black and white; it's shades of gray, and those shades of gray can be really tough. And the inspiration for that one came. I missed 9 months of the first year of my son's life, not in a row. But I missed, he was born, and then I was gone for 4 months, and I came home, and he looked at me. He didn't know who I was, and we had no money, so there was no phone calls home. There was no iChats or anything like that. I would write letters, and she would send me photos on the road of my kids sitting the first time, standing the first time, and I'm missing all of these events in my son's life because I'm trying to make a better life for him and for my wife. And and that's where the price came from. So it was definitely heartbreak and inspired. But there you go. I'm talking about we need to get these dark emotions out, and that was Sorrow right there.
Yeah, great song. You think it could have benefited from adding some cowbell though? Because
what doesn't benefit from more cowbell? I mean, honestly. I mean, just think about it.
I know we're not going to take
buy a cowbell and just play it along with any song you.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
It's like a new world just opened.
Oh yeah, it's a whole brand new song.
Yeah.
Check out this new tune I just wrote.
Well, hey Dee, we appreciate you coming on the show. We always let our artists pick the song going out of the interview. So, what out of your catalog would you like us to play?
Can we play something new?
Sure, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, the song on this album, when you hear this record, it is a sledgehammer, and it's 12 songs on it. And for the first 11, I pretty much punch you in the face and hit you in the head for about 11 songs. It's unrelenting. It's just bam, 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 slap, 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 punch, punch, punch. And then on the 12th song, I stop hitting you, and I go, now that I have your attention, I'd like to talk to you for a second. And I very calmly, and it is a ballad, but again, not a love song. And this is the most important song, one of the most important songs I've ever written. And that's where the line, Leave a Scar, comes from. The song's called Stand. People, listen to what I'm telling you. Now more than ever, it is time to take a stand.
Nice.
Outstanding. Well, Dee-Snider, it has been an honor for you to be on this show with us today. We really appreciate it, and you're always welcome back here.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys. Great to talk to you. All right, headbangers, listen up. This is Dee-Snider. Yeah, you know me. And you're listening to the Rock and Metal Revival on 105.9 Is it 105.9 The Hog?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Here we go. I know you're going to use that, you scumbag. Just bleep out the that's all you need on 105.9 All right.